Well, from Justin Bieber's DUI arrest to Jay-Z's $600 million lawsuit, celebrities are making headlines for their run-ins with the law.
And here to discuss stars on the right or wrong side of the law this week is entertainment lawyer Lisa Bonner. Welcome to the show.
Hello, thank you.
All right, we got to talk about Justin Bieber.
Yes.
Let's talk about Justin.
Okay, so arrested for a DUI in Miami.
Yes.
Turned himself in Toronto for allegedly roughing up his limo driver. Do you think these charges will stick? Will he do jail time for any of this, or will he walk?
Well, it seems to me that he's teetering a little bit on the edge of really getting some type of jail time because the only thing that he really is going to possibly be prosecuted for at this particular time are two things: the egging of the house,
Yes.
and the the drunk driving.
The DUI.
Yes, that carries a fine of potentially 6 months, but it's unlikely that he will do any jail time because of the simple fact that it is his first encounter.
His first offense.
Yes.
Okay.
They're always blaming it on someone else in his entourage.
Yes,
It's not
they
him, it's
always
someone
do.
else. But besides that, there's also a petition circulating, a White House petition, that is asking to revoke his green card and have him deported.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, it already has about 250,000 signatures.
250,000?
What-
200, yes.
What could the outcome of this be?
Well, it was circulated by We the People, and in order for it to get the White House attention, it has to rise to the level of gaining 100,000. So we more than doubled that. So it is unlikely that he will be deported because he is here illegally, but he's here on a work visa. They're saying that he is an unsavory type of individual and a bad
menace to
influence,
society.
a menace to society, and a bad influence on the youth of this country. So I don't think that he's going to particularly get deported. I think that's very much of a long shot. This is really handled and circulated by a very conservative group of individuals. So I don't think, but the White House has to address it once it reaches 1,000 signatures.
And he hasn't been convicted of any crime
No.
yet. So
No.
realistically, you don't get deported because people don't like you.
Right, and that's what it seems to be, that they think he's a really bad influence on the youth. But I don't think, no.
We have
I
a
don't
lot
think
more
that
of
would
those
anything
that
would
are from the
happen.
U.S. They could be deported.
Let's talk about Woody Allen's daughter
Oh,
and her charges. Now, this was investigated years ago, but
Yes.
charges were never brought against Woody Allen.
Yes.
She maintains that she was sexually assaulted in an attic when she was 7.
Yes.
Mia Farrow and her brother Ronan have been very vocal about how they believe their sister, Dylan, and their daughter. Why was this case not brought against him back then, and is there potential for it to resurface?
Well, the issue is that it was investigated by a panel of Yale experts appointed by the court.
Okay.
And they did not find that there was any credible evidence towards her allegations. There was a series of, coaching allegations that people were stating. There was a series of inconsistencies in Mia Farrow's off-camera and Dylan's off-camera interrogation.
Really?
So
Okay.
there were a lot of inconsistencies, and there was no evidence of injury to the vaginal or the anal area where the alleged assault took place.
Okay.
And they just really didn't find it credible enough to bring any type of substantial allegations towards.
Now, Woody Allen has always maintained that this was concocted by Mia Farrow.
Right.
They were in the middle of a vicious custody battle. She wanted custody of all the children, and so she created this elaborate tale of abuse.
Right.
So to get custody of the children.
Sure.
That's what he maintains. But the court didn't necessarily say that was indeed true.
No.
The court just said there wasn't enough information.
And after it was dismissed, there was a county prosecutor that says, we have a probable cause, maybe, perhaps, kind of, sorta, to bring a case against her.
But they said it would be too traumatic to the
Dylan.
child.
So
there was something there.
something allegedly there. But the court-appointed experts really did not find that there was credible evidence in this. And so it's unlikely that this will be resurfaced and a petition brought again because the statute of limitations has expired.
Okay.
It's a 5-year statute of limitations following the initial filing of the police report, which was back in 1993.
And since they already went through an investigation, they would have to find some other way to bring him to court anyway, right?
Right, and there's a slight possibility that you can mix and stretch the statute of limitations to try, but it's very hard to try and find some type of loophole to the statute and really bring these charges against her. I just don't think it's gonna happen.
Well, now that all these claims are coming out, so many years later, could he actually sue them instead for defamation of character? Because he's not only, she's attacking him and his friends and other actors.
Well, he could, but then he would potentially have to go through the entire system of what happened, and that doesn't really do anything for his particular stance at this point. I mean, he's simply at this point addressing it, and he is notoriously press shy. He doesn't give any on-camera interviews. As you know, he didn't show up to the Golden Globes, and he never shows up to accept any kind of award. So he is very press shy, and that would really drag him, his wife, his children, and everybody into the public eye, which is something that he does not like to be involved in. So I doubt that he would, and he really doesn't have anything to gain in particular by addressing this and by bringing a case against his own adopted daughter. That's very unlikely that he would do that.
Well, he married his other adopted daughter, so you never know.
Well, she was not
She was.
She was, okay, I just want to get this straight because it was Pharaoh's adopted daughter with Andre Previn. It was not their adopted daughter.
Right.
So there is the
But he
difference.
was her acting father for many years.
Allegedly, but they also said that they didn't, in the court documents, that they said that Soon-Yi Previn did not really have a relationship with any of the Pharaoh/Previn children. So
Okay.
that is one of the things that people are really trying to bootstrap this, saying, well, he did have relations with other daughters and other family members and things, but it really wasn't true. In Mia Farrow's own biography, she really stated that my children with Andre Previn were really off limits. He never in their 12 years together spent the night over there. He really did not supposedly have a relationship with any of the Pharaoh Previn children. That is by Mia's own admission. So
We could spend a lot of
we
time
can,
on
and
that.
that- and right,
Because naturally, I'm going to say, so did they meet on Match.com? Right. I mean,
well, what happened was after they broke up, according to Mia Farrow and Woody, that she would ask him to go to the games, and she would say, no, I don't want to go, and then she would send her daughter in her stead. Well, it is very suspect because she was 19 or 21. They don't really know how old she was because of her birth certificate from Korea is not really clear on the date, but she was younger, much younger, and no matter how you look at it, is very unsavory.